Hello everyone, Mason here. How you doing? Today I'm doing the jump into the story boat tag, originally created by my friend Sam from GreenerSideOfSam. I love this one. When I watched Sam's original video, which I'll link in the description, I thought it was short, sweet, inventive and so much fun that I had to come and do it. Now she didn't tag me, but as we've discussed in the past, I do what I want. Rebel, I'm doing this video, even though I wasn't tagged. So it's pretty simple. We've got 5 different genres, and we're going to take a look at what type of character I'd be in each of them. You got it? Then let's begin. Science fiction. This one's easy. I'm perfectly suited to being the ridiculous side character. It's an alien invasion movie, UFO in the sky, chaos ensues, people panicking, and me standing there, not knowing what the hell is going on. What's happening? What's that noise? Will somebody please just tell me what's going on? Somebody! Please? Then it'd be too late. I'd be vaporized, incinerated by the UFO's Sector 9 Delta beam. In other words, I'd be dead. I'd be the one the killer kept alive, not because they like me, not because they wanted to show mercy, not because I'm lucky, but because it's fun. Let's face it, if you're some sort of pitchfork-wielding psychopathic murderer with a selection of victims, who are you going to go for first? The blind guy? No, where's the fun in that? May as well savour the moment, make it last as long as possible, kill all of his friends one by one and generally bask in the glory of his terror. I'd probably be one of the last to die. The one the final girl is trying to help escape, only to die inches from the door. The only thing I'd actually be good for is causing a delay that lasts just long enough for the final girl to break through the door, out onto the street and scream for help. Either that, or use my now severed arm as a weapon to stab the killer in the throat with. Or maybe, just maybe, I'd be the killer. Ritualistically killing people in order to get my vision back. Watch out, sighted people, I'm coming for you. Rom-Com. This one's another easy one. I'd just end up filling the role that I filled as a teenager, the protagonist's best friend. Listening to their problems, giving them advice, and providing some much needed comic relief, because I am clearly hilarious. I'd end up being the one that tricked them into being in the same place after the miscommunication has happened, and getting them to sort it out. I'd be all like, listen guys, I haven't got time for this. She didn't do what you think she did, he didn't do what you think he did. It's the antagonist trying to drive a wedge between you. Now grow up and sort it out because I'm hungry and our dinner reservations are in like 20 minutes. I know it's amazing, I'm so understanding. Fantasy. If I was in a fantasy, it would be a children's story, titled The Dwarf Who Couldn't Grow a Beard. It'd be about a dwarf, me, who's sad because the other dwarves can grow magnificent beards. I'd be worried that maybe I'm not a real dwarf at all. Some of the other dwarves would bully me, making fun of my tiny, pitiful goatee. Then one day, as they chisel away under the mountain, there'd be a section, a crack in the wall that they can't fit through because of their humongous beards. Who's there to save the day? Yeah, me, with my mostly smooth face, squeezing through the crack into the cavern beyond that contains some of the most magnificent jewels the Dwarven Kingdom has ever seen. Mystery. This is probably the hardest one to decide on. I think if it was a detective story, I'd probably end up being a neighbour that the local gossip thought was a bit weird, maybe a suspect. I promise, detective, he's a right weirdo. He's lived here for 8 years and I still don't know his name. He's the killer, I'm sure of it. Then they come to question me, assuming that it was a useless exercise, because they're not going to get any eyewitness statements out of me, are they? But wait, I just happened to be recording a video on that day that picked up a confrontation that happened outside, and it had turned out to be a crucial bit of evidence. And now it's time to tag people. First off, I'd like to tag Overly Average Ben, because nobody does tag videos like Ben does. They're absolutely fantastic. Secondly, I'd like to tag Sean Holt, because he's an author, and so I'd love to see what creative answers he'd come up for this. Finally, I'd like to tag Leslie from the Nerdy Narrative, because who better to do a tag like this than the queen of multi-genre entertainment herself. My question for today is this: if you were sucked into a fictional world, what genre do you think you could navigate best? I hope you enjoyed listening to this as much as I enjoyed making it. If you've had a good time, the like button is just sitting there, waiting to be pressed. Now press it, or I'll be coming for your eyes first. As usual, the link to my Twitter is in the description, and of course, subscribing will make sure that you never miss another one of my videos. Thanks ever so much for spending time with me today, guys. Until next time, take care. For now, I'm off, and you should have a good one. 1, 2, Mason's coming for you. 3, 4, 5, protect your eyes. Horror. 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 Born to do tags. It's my life, and I'm doing this tag.